Most people build their lives entirely on external variables. They pursue status, wealth, and praise, believing that a stable outer environment creates a peaceful inner state. This approach works under ideal conditions, but it leaves an individual fragile. When unexpected crises, market shifts, or personal setbacks hit, their internal stability collapses instantly. A resilient perspective flips this dynamic completely. True strength is not the absence of difficulty, but the capacity to maintain inner equilibrium regardless of external chaos. Resilience is treated not as a vague emotional trait, but as a mental muscle that can be systematically trained through deliberate habits, self-awareness, and psychological boundary setting. A core principle of this philosophy is the mastery of your inner climate. Just as we cannot control the weather outside, we cannot control every event in our lives. However, we have absolute dominion over our internal responses. By shifting focus from changing the situation to managing the reaction, an individual stops leaking vital energy into complaints and channels it into strategic action. Another critical insight is the danger of comparison. In a hyper-connected world, people constantly judge their internal reality by other people's curated external facades. This creates a chronic sense of inadequacy that drains mental stamina. True growth requires measuring yourself solely against your own past potential, protecting your mind from the noise of competitive status games. The author introduces a structured approach to processing negative emotions. Fear, anger, and anxiety are not viewed as signs of weakness, but as raw data. Instead of suppressing these feelings or letting them dictate behavior, a resilient person learns to observe them objectively. This emotional distance prevents impulsive decisions and allows clarity to guide the next step. True personal leverage comes from alignment, not sheer force. Trying to succeed in an area that directly contradicts your core values creates intense friction and rapid burnout. When your daily actions, professional pursuits, and ethical standards align, work ceases to be a draining transaction and becomes a self-sustaining source of energy. Relationships play a vital role in long-term endurance. Independence is often romanticized, but hyper-isolation limits growth. Building deep, transparent connections with a trusted circle creates a psychological safety net. These relationships must be nurtured through mutual support and shared values before a crisis occurs, compounding in value over time. Impatience is the ultimate enemy of resilience. Many people abandon highly promising strategies or personal goals because the results are not immediate. Real transformation relies on the principle of incremental progress. Small, consistent, disciplined choices repeated daily that eventually compound into unshakable character and undeniable success. The ultimate goal of resilience is total autonomy. True freedom is not just financial independence. It is the state of being free from the control of your own fleeting impulses, fears, and the opinions of others. When you master your inner world, you gain the clarity to make sound decisions under extreme pressure. Exceptional life outcomes and lasting fulfillment are engineered from the inside out. True resilience is built by mastering your internal climate, aligning actions with core values, and embracing disciplined, long-term habit formation rather than reacting to external chaos. Becoming unshakable is less about controlling the events around you than about building an internal sanctuary of focus, discipline, and emotional stability that remains perfectly intact, allowing you to thrive when the world becomes unpredictable.